findings of the 2022 census this past week revealed a lot more than just a 10 million increase in the population. With the numbers affecting service delivery, education and even electricity provision, Newzroom Afrika's Andersen took a look at some of the key highlights from the data.
Numbers, numbers and more numbers. That's what an in-depth look at the 2022 census findings feels like. But those numbers tell a very important story, and many different stories in fact. Let's start by looking at one of the points of South Africa's past and present, race. According to the latest census record in February last year, black South Africans make up 81.4%, over 50 million of South Africa's 62 million strong population. With the Indian Asian population at 2.7% and just over 5 million coloured South Africans, the number of white South Africans in the country has declined from 2011 to last year. There are over 4.5 million white South Africans still living and working in the country. While the top 3 municipalities in the country with the highest population won't surprise you, some newcomers to the top 10 just might. The cities of Johannesburg, Cape Town and eThekwini are joined by Ekurhuleni and Tshwane in the top 5. The city of Mbombela moves up to the top 10, while Mangaung drops from 8th to 12th after its population only grew by 0.4% since 2011. Migration to and from our metros showed almost 400,000 people moved to Gauteng. Just under 300,000 moved to the Western Cape. Limpopo, on the other hand, saw the biggest number leave the province, with 114,000 people moving away. Staying with Limpopo, the province is severely losing the battle when it comes to the country's fight to eradicate pit toilets. The census found that Limpopo had 3 times the amount of pit latrines without ventilation pipe than the national average. In the province, just 35% of the population have a flush toilet of their own. And now for a figure that has hit South Africans with quite a strong dose of irony. More households are connected to access for electricity than in previous years. This graphic shows that now only one small part of the country and just one municipality has less than 80% of its households without access to power. Compare that with the map from 2011 and the difference is noticeable. But with months and months of frequent stage 6 outages and the challenge of ongoing daily power cuts, the improvement doesn't quite hit home as hard. The census results have also come with plenty of criticism over claims of undercounting, with many South Africans taking to social media to say they were never surveyed. While there are some raised eyebrows, Good Governance Africa believes the latest figures are still pretty accurate.
In terms of undercount figure, there are certainly legitimate concerns, but broadly, so long as StatsSA is confident in that it was able to reach sufficient numbers of people to produce a credible figure, I think that there is merit to the idea that the figure which they have produced is more or less in line with what the population was at the time of Feb 2022, which is what the 62 million figure indicates. It's not a figure for, today, it's for a specific point in time.
For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Andersen in Johannesburg.